In my time, and that's a long time, let me tell you, I played games with all kinds of people. Rich and poor, noble and not, pawns and kings, you might say. In fact, I just said it. Well, let me say it again so you get my drift. Pawns and kings. We're talking chess here. We're talking chess. Maybe the best-known game in all the world. It's the ultimate strategy game, one you can never use up, never stop learning, never stop playing. Easy to learn, hard to master. And that's true whether you're a pawn or a king. Chess is a two-player game. One player's black, the other white. Your pieces match your color, but move on squares of either color. There are 6 types of pieces. Pawns, these are your foot soldiers, moving 1 square at a time, except on their first move when they can go 2. Rooks, think of these as heavy artillery, able to move as far as they can in a straight line that's either horizontal or vertical. Knights, your mounted troops, they move in an L shape, giving you some flexibility. Bishops, these guys work the angles, moving diagonally as far as you want them to, or as far as they can. Queen, the most mobile piece on the board, moves in straight or diagonal lines. King, he's the king. Only moves 1 square at a time, but he's the key to the whole shebang. Lose your king and the game's over. The object of the game should be pretty clear. Protect your king while going after your opponents. When your opponent has your king in a position to be taken, it's called check. Get your king, or the other guys, into a check that he can't get out of, and it's called checkmate. Rooks, kings, and queens can capture opposing pieces with a direct, straight-line attack, like this. Pawns, bishops, and also kings and queens can capture opponents diagonally, like this. Your knights take the enemy like this. Is that cool or what? Some special rules to be aware of. Your rook has a nifty talent called castling. When there's no pieces between your rook and your king, and neither the king or the rook has been moved during the game, your king can move 2 spaces toward the rook while the rook moves to the opposite side of the king. You can castle either toward the king's rook or the queen's, but not if the maneuver moves your king through check, or if the king's final position is in check. Then there's queening. This is your pawn's big moment. Get a pawn all the way across the board and the pawn becomes a queen, or a knight, or a bishop, or a rook, no matter how many of these you already got. Finally, in passing. Let's look at en passant, which is French for in passing. Like I showed you, your pawn's opening move can be 2 spaces. After that, the pawn moves only a single space. Say your pawn has made 2 moves, the 2 for on opening, and then a single space, and your opponent moves a pawn out 2 on opening, so that it's directly beside your guy. In that case, your pawn can make an en passant attack, like this. Won't happen often, and you can only do it immediately after the other guy moves. But I wanted you to be ready should the situation arise. And that's it. Simple, huh? Sure. That's why tens of thousands of books have been written about chess strategy. That's why your computer's cousins, distant cousins, get so much attention when they beat one of us humans. Simple. And endlessly challenging. That's chess. Go ahead, pal. Make your move.